Hi everyone. I am dropping in to see how you're all doing. And I'm doing it in my robe in solidarity with everybody that is staying home these days because of the situation that we're in. So this is something that is directly or indirectly affecting all of us. I'm in Norway. I had to screen, my trip was supposed to be this week. For 6 weeks, I was supposed to go to LA, Sedona, Florida, meet up with great healers. I'm housebound with my son, quarantined, and I wanted to check in with you to see how you're doing and also to give you just a couple of tips on how to spend this time and what this is doing to our lives, what it can mean and what it cannot mean. So, first of all, if you're at home, if you're worried about your work, if you're worried about your business, if you're worried about a family member, I totally hear you. This is a concern that is human to feel. So when I say stay away from fear, this is not what I mean. I don't mean that you shouldn't step up and take care of business. If there's something you need to do to take care of your space, your family, you do that. Because everything that you create has action attached to it, to put it that way. What you feel is the most important that you send out, but it requires action. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the fear itself and also about action. Now, fear is like a virus. It infects every part of your life and it affects every cell in your body. When you become fearful, you're literally slamming down your adrenal glands, shutting down the system which is driving your nervous system, which is allowing your kidneys to filter out lymphatic waste. You're literally shocking yourself into a stagnant situation where everything contracts. And health is about expansion and flow. And in this life, most of us has been conditioned to drive our emotions from what is happening on the outside in our life. So if an outside event happens, it triggers an emotional response in us, which then drives us into a situation. And we're so conditioned to believe this is true that we mentally think that we need to fix the outside or we cannot feel better on the inside. Meaning that it is so hard to feel peace in a chaotic situation that it's almost like we don't even go there and we feed off of the fear. We want more of it. Why? Because we're feeding that virus or that parasite. It becomes hungry. It's like an addiction. So my number one advice right now is to stay away from any fear-based information unless you, like I, had to go in and educate myself because I needed to get a family member home. I needed to know what was going on. I needed to know about cancellation of flights. I need to educate myself for a reason. But there is a big difference between that, educating yourself, knowing what to do for your family, sanitize, take precautions. But there's a big difference between that and going into the fear. Okay? So if you distance yourself about feeding off the fear, so stop discussing with a neighbor how terrible this is. Stop going into discussions with anyone about this in particular situation if it's not for the purpose of creating something good, something new, something solution-based, something empowering and uplifting. If you speak to someone, don't speak about how terrible the situation is. Speak about solutions. Speak about options. Speak about possibilities. Speak about how you can help each other. Speak about what you can do together. And this is where this can lead us. It can lead us to something amazing because people are sticking together, realizing how vulnerable we are. And it's not only how vulnerable we are in what we are drawn into as a fear-based control system. It's how vulnerable are we within ourselves? How vulnerable are you within yourself? That depends on a lot of things. It depends on how you grew up. It depends on if you have your everyday need met in your daily life. Do you feel loved? Do you feel supported? Do you feel strong? Are you living your purpose? Do you feel generally happy? Do you have a strong health, physical health, mental health, emotional health? You see, the lower we are on those scales, the more vulnerable we are when something from the outside hits us. And this is a time where you can evaluate your life. Like, what's going on in my life? What am I going through? Which are my strong sides, and what do I need to work on? And then try to spend your time in isolation or quarantine, or maybe you're staying home because you just don't want to go out there, or maybe you're laid off work right now. Maybe people are even getting fired. This is a crisis situation, but it's all about how we handle it. We cannot sit being scared shitless for what we're going to lose. Look at what we're gaining. Awareness, understanding, empowerment. And I can take that back to just health. And what we're walking into is health and viral loads. Health and being vulnerable from something on the outside. It could be a bacteria. So what does that depend on? Like, how are you vulnerable? How are you not? Well, you need a strong immune system. You need a lymphatic system that is constantly draining, keeping your own bacteria. You have bacteria in your own body that's supposed to kill off foreign invaders. When that's working, we're all good. So now you can look at, what can I do on a general basis to strengthen myself? And I have a few tips. And you know me, it's not going to be complicated, and it's not going to be about going to the pharmacy. Because I'm a strong believer that we need to strengthen us from the inside, us, naturally, together with nature. So you go to the fruits and the vegetables. I have like a whole, but you can't see it. You go to the fruits and the vegetables. Every morning, I drink about 8 ounces of water with 1 or 2 lemons in it. That's a great way to start your day. Why? Because lemons, they're antibacterial. They'll cleanse your system. They're highly astringent. They'll pull on your lymphatic system and trigger your body to go into a cleansing mode. Then you can know your essential oils, which ones to use. So many of them are antiseptic, antifungal, antiparasitic, antiviral, antibacterial. Then you go to your teas and your herbs. You can do your lemon balm tea, you can do your licorice tea. You can do something besides sitting in fear that will empower you to feel safe together with your family. Make good plans and be creative. Nature is abundant. You can go into nature, you can pick dandelion to cleanse your liver and your kidneys. You can pick plantain to do almost the same. Ground elder, you can go get nettle for inflammation and viral loads. This is all about educating yourself, empowerment. That's the opposite of fear. When you feel empowered, you're not going to feel the fear. And when you're fearless, life becomes limitless. But I do honor all of us for being in this space, and the mass fear is humongous right now. So if you're a sensitive soul, if you easily tap into the mass field, you will notice what's going on. And it's fear-based. So if we all pull together in connecting with our hearts, the non-duality organ, we will raise our vibration. And there will be no code to crack anymore, because we'll be there. When we feel peace in a chaotic situation, we're literally changing the world. So, okay, I wanted to give you a couple of announcements also. I know and I see, well, in the membership group, we just had another live, and we go specifics in there. So you can, of course, become a member if you feel insecure, you know, and you just want to know more. Or I'm going to open up for doing some very special mental fear, virus, you know, this type of situation, life coaching sessions, simple sessions. Not like deep health coaching where you go in through all the evaluation. I'm just going to throw this out there to see how many needs this, because this is what people ask me. So watch for that. And then I thought, okay, so how can I give back? And what are we doing right now? A lot of people are just sitting at home, spending time on their computer. And I really urge you, when you have time on the computer, go to YouTube and watch something real. Watch something uplifting. Watch something that is going to empower you. If you love movies, watch a comedy. Watch a feel-good movie. It's very important. It's the emotions. Keep your emotions high. Keep them in love, eagerness, gratitude, gratefulness, peace. Keep that side up as much as you can. But what I looked at from my side, what can I do? I have my Optimal Health Blueprint course, 16 videos talking about everything about health, like really educating yourself. It's a $3.99 course. I'm going to cut it down to $39, like 90% off, saying this is what I can do right now, so that everybody, doesn't matter, you know, what funding you have at this time, can manage to get in and to really get educated at this time and get empowered. When you're empowered, you're going to look at the situation with a completely different mindset. And that's what I wish for you. Okay. So a short tip at the end. A lot of people ask me about how to make a homemade sanitizer type of thing. I would use either alcohol or distilled water and put essential oils in there. My favorite is Thieves. That's a Young Living blend. doTERRA has one called On Guard, which is almost the same. You can also Google Thieves and find, you know, the blend and how you make it yourself. That's a good one. Thyme is another good one. Oregano is another great one. Lemon is a great one. You just put a couple of 3 drops, swallow them into a bottle of water, and you can spray it, or just pour it into your hand and use it. You could use it as a surface cleaner. There are so many ways of feeling empowered into this and using the natural remedies that you already have in your house. But be cautious about all of this. Educate yourself, because some of these oils are not optimal for small children or pets. Okay, so that's, and I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to give any medical advice. I'm just here to support you and to let you know we're all in this together. So signing off in my robe. Hope to see you in the membership group, but watch for the course also. I want you all to have it. So bye for now. Love you. Stay safe.